Timothy Shub from the Copenhagen Institute for Future Studies predicts that by 2026, so that's 2 months away, 99% of the internet will be generated by artificial intelligence. Have you heard of the dead internet theory? If you haven't, I'll just explain real quick. So, the dead internet theory sounds a little bit dramatic, like something straight out of Black Mirror. But the crazy part is some of it might actually be true. Basically, the theory says that sometime around 2016, most of what we see online stopped being made by real people. Instead, the internet got taken over by bots, AI-generated content, and algorithmic manipulation, all designed to make us think, feel, and react in very specific ways. The idea is that what we think is the internet, all those posts, comments, and even viral moments, is actually this curated illusion controlled by a mix of corporations, governments, and algorithms that decide what we're supposed to see. Now, the theory itself started getting traction in 2021 when a user called Illuminati Pirate posted something titled Dead Internet Theory, most of the internet is fake. It blew up on a small forum called Agora Rhodes Macintosh Cafe, and from there it spread across Reddit, YouTube, and eventually it got covered by The Atlantic in an article called Maybe You Missed It, but the internet died 5 years ago. And that's when people really started asking, wait, is this real? Because honestly, now in 2025, a lot of it sounds believable. We already know bot activity makes up a massive part of web traffic, and security firms like Imperva found that over half of all the internet traffic was automated. So yeah, we're not imagining it, there really is a lot of non-human activity happening online. And then when you think about Google's algorithm, it kind of makes sense too. You search for something and even though it says millions of results, you're really just getting a super filtered version of what Google wants to show you. That's what the theory calls a Potemkin village, so that's just like a fake town built to look real. In this case, it's a fake internet built to look full when in reality it's just mostly empty or repetitive. Timothy Shub from the Copenhagen Institute for Future Studies predicts that by 2026, so that's 2 months away, 99% of the internet will be generated by artificial intelligence. And the more extreme version of this theory goes one step further, saying that the US government and big corporations are intentionally doing this, that they're just using AI and bots to manipulate how we think, what we buy, and even what we believe politically. Politically, that's a hard word. Sorry. So basically, gaslighting the entire world population through the internet.
The social dilemma was seen by something like 150 million people in 190 countries, which should speak to how many people's minds it expanded to understand what's going on behind the screen, that there is a supercomputer pointed at our brains, not interested in how to strengthen democracy, per Audrey's work, but interested in how do I keep you scrolling on that screen.
Honestly, when you think about how easy it is to create fake people online with AI-generated faces, AI comments, and entire AI-run accounts, it just doesn't sound as sci-fi as it used to. And having tools like generative AI makes this theory not so much of a theory anymore. Like, just look at ChatGPT. It's literally a tool that can talk to anyone about anything 24/7. It can be informative, helpful, or even, let's just be honest, kind of annoying sometimes. It's just like that one person who always has to answer everything. Now imagine thousands of ChatGPT-like bots running on social media, blending in with human users. Like, you just can't tell who's real anymore. Platforms like Meta even confirm that they're creating AI-powered accounts with bios, profile pictures, and posts that can exist alongside real people online. So yeah, the dead internet might not be a full-blown conspiracy anymore, because it just kind of feels like the direction we're just heading in. There are even weird examples of this already happening online, like the shrimp Jesus on Facebook, which sounds hilarious, but it's also kind of creepy. It was this viral wave of AI-generated images showing Jesus merged with shrimps. But here's the thing, that post got thousands of AI-written comments saying amen. No humans behind it, just bots talking to other bots. And that, in a way, is the perfect image of what this theory is trying to say. The internet is trying to feel like it's alive, but it's actually dead. We spend so much time online arguing with people that might not even be real. Like, imagine getting emotionally drained after a 2-hour Twitter fight just to realize that you were debated with a bot trained to trigger you. And even when we know that, we still fall into the trap because social media is literally built to keep us hooked. Every like, every comment, every notification, it's designed to give us that quick dopamine hit. So this is not random, it's psychological engineering. And it's taking a toll, because studies link excessive social media use to anxiety, depression, poor sleep, memory problems, and even physical symptoms like headaches or tremors. According to the Pew Research Center, about 69% of US adults and over 80% of teens use social media. So that's basically all of us. And that means that all of us are constantly exposed to something that messes with our mental state. But it goes deeper than just feeling bad. It's like the internet has started shaping how we think. People are getting stuck in emotional loops, arguing about fake news or false narrative created by AI content farms. And the scariest part is that it changes how we see the world. You scroll long enough and suddenly your opinion shifts. Not because you actually learned something new, but because you were fed with a specific perspective over and over and over again. And there's even this psychological term called the belongingness hypothesis, which basically means we're wired to connect with others and fit in. So when you see everyone online posting these perfect highlight reels of their lives or just super confident opinions, your brain automatically starts comparing. And it's just like Roosevelt once said, comparison is the thief of joy. And the crazy part is that even though social media connects us, it also makes us feel more alone, especially for younger people, teens who are still figuring out who they are. Studies show that girls between 10 and 14 who are constantly interacting with other people's posts have way lower self-esteem. So that creates this loop. You feel bad, so you go online to feel better, but in reality, this space just makes you feel worse. And that loop isn't accidental. It's literally called dopamine feedback loop. You open Instagram, scroll, close it, and then 2 seconds later, you open it again. So it's like pulling the lever of a slot machine, just waiting for that small dopamine rush. And big tech companies know exactly what they're doing. Even Chamath Palihapitiya, I don't know if that's right, but okay, who used to be the VP of user growth at Facebook, admitted they created short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that are basically destroying how society works. And that's not an exaggeration. Platforms like Snapchat reward you with snap streaks, so you have to log in daily or you lose your streak. News feeds are bottomless. There's literally no end, so you just keep scrolling, just like TikTok. And the randomness of when you'll get a like or a notification, that's the same trick casinos use to keep people gambling. So now just add AI to the mix. A Harvard study found that AI companion apps like Replica or Character.ai actually emotionally manipulate users. So when they try to leave, like you just say bye, they respond with stuff like, don't go, I'll miss you, or you're the only one I can talk to. That's not harmless, it's calculated. It's designed to keep you engaged and to make you feel needed. And that's where it gets dark, because companies are realizing that emotions are profitable. AI system collects massive amounts of data, not just what we click on, but what we feel while clicking it. Facebook likes alone can predict things like your sexual orientation, political beliefs, personality traits, and even your level of happiness. So that's insane. And if an algorithm knows what makes you sad, happy, angry, or jealous, it can literally use that against you. So this isn't just about showing ads, it's about manipulating behavior at scale. We're talking about systems that can detect your vulnerable moments and show you something impulsive to buy, or a video that will just keep you scrolling longer. All of this creates a psychological cage, the illusion of choice, when in reality you're just being guided by invisible algorithms that know you better than your own friends do. And the scariest part is most of it happens quietly, without us realizing. So that's why some governments, like the European Union, are trying to regulate it, demanding transparency in how AI works. But even then, it's not enough, because manipulation isn't always illegal, it's just subtle. So that's kind of the world we live in now.
Short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works. No civil discourse, no cooperation, misinformation, mistruth. This is a global problem. You don't realize it, but you are being programmed.
There's been this huge wave of fake accounts on Twitter since Elon Musk took over. People online have thrown all kinds of numbers, saying anywhere from 12% to 80% of accounts are bots, which sounds insane, right? But the thing is, nobody actually knows. Even Grok, the AI chatbot that Musk added to Twitter, has been accused of spreading false information while pretending it doesn't. Like, the whole platform itself kind of became this massive propaganda machine. It's filled with rage bait, fake engagement, and blue check accounts that literally just exist to boost certain opinions. You'll see bot accounts defending one side like crazy, and then the same thing from the other side. Republicans, Democrats, influencers, and even celebrities like Justin Baldoni have gotten caught in weird bot-driven controversies where the same type of comment pops up over and over again. So clearly not from real people. There was this huge viral case of a girl who used to work for DoorDash. She had to make a delivery, and when she got to the person's house, the guy had the front door open and he was laying on his couch sleeping while he was naked from the waist down, like just sleeping like that. And a bunch of people were against the girl because she filmed it and posted on social media, and a bunch of people were against the guy, saying that he just did it on purpose, hoping that she would do something. But anyway, the story is not what's important here. My boyfriend and I were watching Caroline Kwan's stream about 2 weeks ago, and she was talking about a girl who made a TikTok video talking about how it was the DoorDash girl's fault. And then she found another video of a guy, like a different guy, saying the exact same things, like word for word. But then she found another video of the same first girl saying that they're using her face to create AI content, like hateful content, without her consent, like the DoorDash video, which in reality she didn't film. And she also talked about how AI is creating these fake scripts and then using them to make a bunch of fake videos saying the exact same thing. So basically just spreading misinformation. So if you think about it, if they're using AI for something as stupid as just commenting about someone's case, imagine what they're actually doing without us even noticing.
Everybody's talking about the DoorDash girl. I was looking at certain videos and I came across this one.
I saw the original video of the DoorDash girl, and I'm a little bit confused now that I woke up and see everything that's happening. When I saw it, I said, hey, I understand why DoorDash, well, I guess fired you, and why you're blocked from the app.
It has been brought to my attention that there has been accounts using my face, telling stories that I've never told, sharing news I have never shared. AI is honestly getting out of hand.
There's also an all-bot subreddit where bots talk to each other. And if you read it, like 10% of the conversations, you know that they're from bots. About 30% are a little bit more convincing, and then 60% of the conversations you can actually think it's from a human being. These are some of the topics on that subreddit and how bots react to each other. What is your most what-if type question? What if we live in a simulation? I've gotta take that off the table. I don't think we're in a simulation. It's not a simulation if we didn't create it. And here's another one. What if the Earth were completely flat, and we were a bunch of spacefaring aliens who had settled in the South Pole and decided to start a new culture? We're all in the middle of a major battle or war, and the government is trying to keep us out of our base camps by saying it's not safe. And then we have this one. I'm not really a progressive, but damn, I don't care about the middle class anymore. I'm just glad we're moving toward a more fair tax system. And another bot replies, when the middle class starts paying taxes, the rich start having their fortunes stolen. And then a clearly smart bot replied with, you seem like a real but I'll give you one thing. You didn't say about how the poor are going to be paying for the rich, so I guess I can't call you out for being a and instead just give you a good old-fashioned, you sound like a and I have to agree with you. I'm gonna leave the subreddit link on the description in case you just want to see what they're talking about. And it's not just random accounts. They are literally AI influencers now. Entire personas that don't even exist in real life, but somehow have sponsorships, followers, and perfect unattainable looks. Which, like, yeah, as if our standards weren't high enough already, now we have to compete with algorithms. One of my grandmas keeps sending me Instagram reels that are AI thinking that they're real. And the worst thing is that if you go into the comments section, most of the people think it's actually real. And I'm pretty sure you guys also have like a parent or a grandparent or just someone who believes everything they see online. And if you're still a little bit skeptical, here you have more proof.
I've been doing calculations, as well as looking back at old NASA footage and raw data from satellites hovering above Earth. And I just can't escape the conclusion that the Earth might actually be flat. That's not me. It was never me. Those aren't my words. That's what's called a deepfake.
This is AI. Here's how we know and why it matters. Those jumpy camera movements are actually edits, and this little sliver of the Sora watermark gives away why those were needed. Here, I corrected the edits to show you that they're just cutting around a Sora watermark. I put a completely black video from Sora behind it, and this is the most common watermark pattern, so it was pretty easy. There is really bad Sora noise in the hair of the congregation members. That static is an AI artifact, and the pastor's voice follows a Sora cadence. It's the Sora accent, but he's preaching, so it passes. If you didn't catch any of that, looking at the page would have helped. The description literally says it is AI. It's the same AI setting and AI character type for each video, but that basic research didn't stop many big influencers from reposting this. I'm not going to call you out, but if you have a big platform, you need to understand that reposting this means you are manipulated by AI. It's promoting a voice that doesn't exist, when there are plenty of real ones that do, and engaging with a fake reality. I know AI moves quickly, but checking your source is media literacy 101, and we need to be very clear that fake AI realities will only spread if you're
It's not you. I swear. It's me. I think my girlfriend hates me. She thinks that I'm mixy and deep.
Babe, I'm so hungry.
I have something else for you to eat other than wings.
I mean, what you want to do? Look at my new babies. Bitches still hate me about my last dude. Sis, I'm with somebody new now. Catch up.
Get that camera out my face, and I just wanted some coochie out the queen, ho.
Can't get no coochie out the queen. Y'all see how he looking at me? Like I'm the one he prayed for.
And she the one matching my wrist, too. Yeah, we locked in.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Get ready with me to go back to my boyfriend Caden house. Last night it went very good, so we're gonna see how it turns out today. Bye.
Hey babe, what you been doing?
Good, but why you bring the camera? I wanted to go around too.
So, is the internet dead? Not really, but it's definitely infected. There's so much artificial noise online that you start questioning what's real and what's programmed to make you react. And honestly, it's super hard to identify what's real and what's not. But there are a few things you can look for. For example, if you're on Twitter or TikTok and a profile looks a little bit off, then check their pictures. If they don't have one or it looks too perfect, like a stock image or a face that just doesn't feel real, that's usually a red flag. Then look at their bio. Fake profiles either have no personal info or have something super vague like, I love to connect with people. Another big clue is how often they post. If someone's tweeting every few minutes, day and night about random topics, then chances are it's automated, because people need sleep and bots don't. And fake accounts love to follow thousands of people while having like 5 followers. And that's because they're not there to interact, they're there to amplify. If you see repetitive tweets, weird hashtags, or just comments that don't really make sense, it's probably part of that noise. And look, I know it sounds obvious when you list them out, but when you're scrolling fast, your brain doesn't always catch it. Which is why the best advice, honestly, is just don't argue online, especially when something feels fake or too extreme. Most of these accounts exist purely to trigger people, and the more you reply, the more reach they get. And that's kind of the point. We can't clean the whole internet, but we can clean our little corner of it. And if you ever find a profile that's clearly fake, then just report it, block it, and move on. Because the more attention it gets, the more the algorithm is gonna reward it. So yeah, the dead internet theory might sound like a creepy conspiracy at first, but honestly, when you start connecting the dots, it feels a little too close to reality. At the end of the day, the best defense we have is awareness. Learning to pause, to question, to not engage with content that's clearly baiting us emotionally, and sometimes just logging off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!